It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we've got the BlackKnights leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. We're just moments away from the action. Next on EA Sports.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. And we are in store for a great game today, everyone. Kate Scott and Brock Heward, along for the ride in this one. We love these kind of games, Brock, and that's because we got a pair of teams who both gotten off to good starts this season. They find themselves with winning records as we now work our way through the front half of this schedule.
Yeah, you know, we try to be pros, and every game, right, is a big game, but when you have teams that have gotten off to these starts, we know these are both playoff caliber teams. They look that way right now. And this is also a measuring stick game, and a great one where you don't have the consequences of lose and go home. Just a wonderful time.
Just about halfway through the season now. Still a lot of ball to be played as we're off in Week 8. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And leading the way is their fourth-year QB.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll give him a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, and they go right back to him. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Hang on now. Looks like we've got an injured player out there and in need of some aid. So we'll step away briefly as they work on him. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Dropping back to throw. He lofts it deep left. They connect on the deep shot. And in for the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Following the penalty, the kick moves up, and he sends it away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And they'll be led out by their 4th-year quarterback.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. The tight end going in motion right. 2nd and 8. Hits his running back. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
They've got a man in motion. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and this is...
He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. Here comes the BlackKnights punt team. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. Signals for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 27. No return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Going option, headed left on this first down. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 46. Finds him on the slant. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Looking for a throw here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. They'll run it from the gun. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. The rookie out of Washington making that tackle. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 21. He's got it over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They go play action on first. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Back to the air on second down. Makes the catch and gets the feet in.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Third and long for him here. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And the fair catch made here at the 15. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be their football coming up. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
All in left side. And this one doesn't go far.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Cut for big yards on the right side. He does it. Touchdown. These guys take a 13-0 lead. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Okay, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Setting up to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys drive out to an early 14-0 lead. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. Play action on first down. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 34. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Now a give on the counter. And he drives it up past the 45. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boom.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And he adds some yards to the pick before they bring him down.
I've not yet in my lifetime come across a defender who hasn't told me how great an offensive player they were back in the day. Oh, you should have seen me as a running back or wide receiver. Well, right there, that defender showed some of that background. A brilliant job of getting into the open field and setting his offense up for success.
Now this offense ready to head back out. They're already on a modest little winning streak here, currently in position to stretch it to 3 games as they take the field again. New set of downs for him at the 38. Trying the right side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. Our score, 14-0. We'll get back to the action in just a moment. All right, it's about time to get started with quarter number 2. Home offense out, ready to go. They have second and pretty long here. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Third down and 11.
Throwing from the gun here. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Punting unit out now. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. Oh, they are loving this one. It flies out of bounds, and it wasn't too far off the end zone. They're going to say it crossed at the 3. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Simple dive up the middle. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Now might be a good spot to remind everybody, not for the 1000th time, how much better athletes these D tackles are today, Kate. A decade or 2 ago, they just ate up space. Now, they eat up running backs.
And he's tackled at the 4 after a short gain. Moving in the right direction that time, but only 2 yards picked up, so it's 3rd and 9. Back to the well again. Still well short after the 3-yard run. It's going to be 4th down and 6.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. That's fielded at the 46. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they're going to take over possession. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing now, off play action. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. This offense ready to get going again now. And coming off a 3-and-out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He may have taken away that quick slant. Look easy there, Brock, even in zone coverage.
Yeah, it is not an easy route to stop, and you have to have tremendous eyes. I talked to you, Kate, and everybody about anticipation as a quarterback. It's the same thing for a cornerback in zone. He anticipated that route. It's Johnny on the spot.
1st down, ball at the 36. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the 42. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and out 3rd down. They motion the tight end over. From the gun on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Give now to the running back. And this run doesn't quite reach enemy territory, tackled at midfield. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From midfield now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. He'll throw it. Catch made over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. Back out runs their offense. They're up 2 touchdowns and could make it a 3-score game here. Airing it out to start this drive. Finds the in route complete. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Pass play now. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Back to throw now. Short pass brought in. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. Throwing from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now it's 2nd down. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
They're going play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running for it. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking. He's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
Their punter making his way out now. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Oh, he nearly coffin cornered that one. Just a little too far, and it's out of the side of the end zone for a touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. No one open, so he chucks this to another county. next. It's second down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Completed over the middle. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And that fair catch corralled to just beyond the 25-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be their football. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And they have made it no secret that they want to go his way in this game, right? And the results so far, that's a very promising. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 31. And no luck there. That throw falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that means 3rd down coming up. They'll try and throw it here. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the BlackKnights are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, nickel has really become the base defense for so many teams in the league because the passing game has become so prevalent today. It really makes it so much more difficult to find an open throwing lane. It gives defenses a lot more speed on the back end to step in front of passes just like that.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. One of the tight ends motioning right. On 1st down, they'll run. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. That brings us to the 2-minute warning. And it's the BlackKnights with 10 to go still on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. That one's complete, right side. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it sets up 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll throw it. He has the touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
They'll try this extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the BlackKnights chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Their offense headed out now. Not much time left before the half. They're up by 7. We'll see if they choose to just rest on that going into halftime. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense, more often than not, leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
Looks like that last play convinces them to keep this one on the ground. And he could not break beyond the line. So that's how our half's going to end. So that's halftime for us here. It's a 7-point game after our first 2 quarters. Now we'll toss things to Jonathan Coachman in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. From there, we're off to check out another game. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. 24-10 was your final. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Caps trying to hold on and claim victory. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So their offense will have it first to begin quarter number 3. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
To throw here on 1st down. Into a crowd, and intercepted! And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, you kind of had a feeling, Brock, that they were going to be passing early and often, coming out of the locker room on the losing side of things, right? And that coverage, man, they knew it too. Right there to make a play on the very first throw.
Yeah, no doubt, I think in any of our minds, they knew a throw was coming defensively, and that's fine. You could know it's coming, but you got to then go out and execute and take it away. Played right into their hands, and now a chance to add to this lead.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And this defense continuing to erase the ground game. This one stopped at the line. Now hold on a moment, folks. We got a player in some discomfort after that one. He's going to receive some assistance as we take a brief timeout. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Motioning the tight end now. To the air, 3rd and long. Complete over the middle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
And they won't be able to return this one as it sails out of bounds. The Black Knights headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. 2nd and 3 now. They put a receiver in motion right. From the 26 on 2nd down. Complete out to the right side. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that'll be a 1st down. Tight end going in motion here. Pass play on 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the 43. That one's complete over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll give them a 1st down.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
Running it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And they're going to have a 1st down.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And the hit stuffs him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Pass play coming here. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
There was a theory some years ago, Kate, that you would never run play action on 3rd and extra long like this because that play action is really not going to affect the defense. But what you got to understand is many times you're running that play action because of the great protection. You're actually trying to give that quarterback an extra beat. It didn't work out that time. He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. It just did not work out this time around.
The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Edwards got it. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing now off play action. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They'll run here on 1st down. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
They bring the pressure. Down he goes. Third and a lone yard coming up. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Pickup of 2 here. And it'll give him a first down. Working inside the red zone. Dumps it off to his running back. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively. Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Hey, that's not an easy thing to do, Kate. Not against quarterbacks and the red zone offenses in this league, but what a tremendous effort to not only get the stop, but to end it with gusto and a sack.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
He stopped on the return at the 27. The Black Knights and this running back headed back out for a new series. That score made it 17-7, but they can cut it back to a 1-score game here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Completed to his running back. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. He's going to throw this one. That's incomplete. Trying to set up the screen there.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And they'll get ready to go on offense. To throw it on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. Continuing to move past the 45. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. 3 quarters in the books from this one. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's a give up the middle. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Setting up a throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They've got 1st down from the 31. From the gun, here's a handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Good defense tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles, well, they stuff the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. They give it to him again. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. A gain of 4 for them. That sets up 3rd and 7.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Here's a throw. This is reeled in by Edwards. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First down from the red zone. This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. And he can't find the lane before being wrapped up at the line. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They're throwing it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. These guys can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talked about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
That one right down the middle. And his guys take a 3-possession lead. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Returning it from the 4. He's got a lane up past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The offense headed back to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. 1st and 10, they're going to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 42. Dumped off to his running back. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. Now looking to throw. The screen pass falls incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. 2nd and 10 now. Completed over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They are throwing it again. He completes it in traffic. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Pass is cut at the 9. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. It's second and goal. The challenge flag is out now. The Black Knights don't think they got that right the first time.
Previous play is under review.
Well, we can see he made the catch. He definitely has possession. But did both of those feet hit down in the end zone?
Yeah, get that zoom button ready to go. Get the magnifying glass. Was there any green right between his feet and that end line? That's what they're going to be looking for in the replay booth.
The kicker on for the extra point.
That one splits the uprights. And the Black Knights cut the lead down to 10.
Visitors 14.
Still down a couple of scores after that. They're going to set up for the onside kick. And this onside kick doesn't go their way. The hands team makes the cover. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, and it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Catch made over the middle. And he works this to the 38 before going down. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's brought down for a loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Back-to-back carries here. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. Now, before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half. Throwing on third and long. The rush gets home, and they stick him. And the defense choosing not to let the 2-minute warning arrive just yet. They're going to call time. 2:06 left in our contest. So on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal attempt. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And he missed it. It's no good. And their lead holds steady at 10.
Kid, any way you look at it, any script you were going to write for a comeback, it started with the field goal. They had to have that right there, and they don't. So you can rip up that script. Not sure there's enough time remaining to find a way to win.
Their offense ready to take the field now. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Throwing now on first down. Finds a man right side. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. No timeouts and down 2 scores. They've got to find points quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Looking to the air here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And that brings up 4th and long. throwing now. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win.